Hi guys, and welcome to another video in which, as announced in my previous one on top 5 hidden gem perfumes, I will share with you my thoughts on the newly launched feminine fragrances from designer brands. And a lot of brands are very fast and they have already released new fragrances right in the beginning of the year, and I'm always excited to try out new stuff, and I try to inform you about the novelties as fast as I can. That's why if you're new here and you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do so, and don't forget to follow me on my social media where I post a lot about perfumes. All the links you'll find in the description box down below as always. And if you're interested in some of these new releases, I hope this video is going to be helpful, but as always, I'm really interested in your thoughts. So if you have already checked some of these out, feel free to let us all know your opinion on them in the comments. I can't wait to chat with you. And with that being said, let's dive into the new releases. So the first one that I'm very excited to tell you about, because it is not on Fragrantica yet and it has already hit perfume shelves in Germany, is new flanker from Jil Sander's Softly perfume, and it is called Softly Serene. And right now I'm going through the lavender obsession. I like lavender color, I like lavender perfumes. By the way, if you know some exquisite lavender fragrances, comment them down below, because I have never been into lavender before, so it's quite a new territory for me, but I hate barbershop scents, so only exquisite lavender is accepted. But why I'm telling you about lavender? Well, that's because the bottle of this fragrance has beautiful lavender color, and normally when I see a new perfume I like to go on Fragrantica and check the notes in there. So since it is still not on Fragrantica, I needed to smell it blindly. And let me know if you like to smell perfumes without knowing the notes, or you want to know the notes in advance. So the color is beautiful, and I'm quite a fan of Jil Sander's Softly range, just because perfumes are soft and very pleasant, and the newest Serene is not an exception. And even though it doesn't smell like lavender, I really wanted and hoped to smell lavender in there, just because I know that this is a soft perfume. Lavender is not going to be harsh in there as it can be in many perfumes, but I was wrong, because even though it is still not on Fragrantica, it is on PERFUME website, which is another fragrance website on the internet, and you can also check out the notes and fragrances there, and so I did. It is on their website, and Fragrantica is really slow this time of the year. But anyway, Softly Serene is perfume that features some purple prunk wind, I don't know what that is, then muscat, which is nutmeg, benzoin, jasmine, cashmere, sandalwood, and cedarwood. Honestly, I don't smell lots of woody materials in there. I don't smell jasmine or sweet benzoin, maybe cashmere, just because to me it smells like a soft and very light blanket that you want to wrap around your body when it's windy outside. And believe it or not, but it even smells a little bit like paper to me. It has a very delicate floralcy in there, but nothing that would scream, I'm jasmine, I'm rose, I'm that and that flower. It's just very soft and gentle, and even if you overspray it, you can't go overboard with it, just because it will always act like your second skin, and it sinks into your skin pretty fast. So that's why I think it is going to be gorgeous for those who prefer quite intimate scents that sit close to the skin and are not in a beast mode. And if you like something like that, check out this one, which is a very comforting perfume and can be a very nice blanket of scent around your skin wherever you go. Anyway, let's move on to something stronger and something darker, and that's the newest flanker of Yves Saint Laurent's Black Opium, which is called Neon. And believe it or not, even though I am a huge fan of the original Opium by Yves Saint Laurent, I've never been into their Black Opium range, just because those perfumes are way too sweet for me and are rather not so special. But this new flanker, the Neon one, is the first one that I actually enjoyed from Black Opium collection, and that is because what's so special about it, which I didn't notice about all the previous ones, is one particular note that is featured in many of Black Opium perfumes but is most noticeable in the Neon version, and that is coffee. And even though I'm definitely a tea girl, and even though a lot of you are wondering if I'm drinking coffee like crazy before filming my videos, the answer is no. I'm just very excited to share with you my thoughts on perfumes. I like scent of coffee in the fragrances and scent of coffee in general. I'm just not into its taste, and if you are looking for great coffee perfumes, I've already created a top 10 list. Link is gonna be on the screen and below, but this is one of the first designer perfumes in which coffee note is noticeable and gorgeous, very authentic and beautiful, but it disappears too quickly for my taste, and then perfume becomes pretty generic, sweet, and typically Black Opium-ish, which is not necessarily for me. But if you like their Black Opium perfumes, then the Neon one is definitely something that you should check out, and that bottle is also very, very pretty. So with that being said, let's move on to probably one of the most exciting ones, which is the newest flanker of Christian Dior's Miss Dior perfume, and it is called Rose and Rose. And it is called Rose and Rose, kind of like Guns and Roses, reminds me of that name. And it appeared in Germany only a few days ago, and I tried it out in the store. The bottle is pretty average, very Miss Dior-ish, but the juice, the color of the juice is very vibrant. And I went into testing it without any expectations, and it impressed me quite a bit. So this is a truly rosy scent that is fresh, lively, and very vibrant. I saw Christian's review from the channel Beauty Meow, and she described it as a dated rose that doesn't smell like fresh rose from your garden, and I want to slightly disagree on that, just because it is definitely a fresh rose in the opening, and it's very light and uplifting. I really enjoy that, but I also like that it develops and it becomes that full-bodied rose, and musk in there accentuates the beauty of the rose without overwhelming it. And in my opinion, this is very elegant Miss Dior perfume, and it is definitely one of my favorites now. My most favorite one is Blooming Bouquet, and I think if you like that one, which is rather about peony than the rose, you should check out this one. And keep in mind that I've already reviewed that entire collection, so I think that a lot of Miss Dior lovers are looking forward to Rose and Roses, and keep on being excited, because this is a really good one. It's quite versatile. I can imagine women of all ages wearing it on the daily basis, and I think it is going to be a hit, just because in the opening it is very pleasant. That's where it will be easy to sell in the stores, and I think if you like roses but you prefer commercial perfumes, this is one of the best you can smell, but it doesn't beat my all-time favorite designer rose, which is Itzia by Sisley, and I mentioned it in the video that I referred to in the beginning of this one. So the next one is This Is Love For Her by Zadig and Voltaire, and if you're familiar with their fragrances, then you know that they create very sweet scents, and I was excited for this particular one just because of the notes once again. Notes are that part of perfume that make me excited for the new release, and this one should feature ginger, violet, lavender, and sandalwood, and I expected it to be sweet and woody, and at the same time powdery because of the violet, and zesty and peppery because of ginger, and what I got was just their original fragrance for her. It's sticky, it's sugary, it's very sweet, and it is a little bit sickening, even though the opening is pleasant. So if you are considering buying it, definitely try it on your skin first. And finally, the last but not least one is the newest flanker of Armani's In Love With You, which I've never understood, but I really like this new flanker Freeze, just because it looks like the bottle of a freezed water or something. The finish of the bottle is matte. It's just like the fridge, it's just like freezed liquid that you put into a refrigerator and you took out, and it has just like this beautiful matte effect. Oh, I love the bottle. The cap gives me hard times because it is hard to close, and it has some floral spin on the original one, but the most prominent notes to me are cherry and patchouli, and that way that's sort of like a fruit chili scent. It's refined, it's very elegant, and it's definitely worth checking out because it's lovely and I like it. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed watching this video about my thoughts on newly launched perfumes. Let me know which of these ones you are excited about, and also comment below requests for future videos. And with that being said, make sure to like this one, subscribe to my channel, share it, and stay tuned. Smell good. We'll see each other next one. Bye guys.